Hello and welcome back to my Master Duel Masochist series. Starting the day off, our session for episode 4. You'll see at the top left of the screen that we have D-ranked back down again, start of a new season, to Silver 5. Let's take a look at the deck. Now, of course, not too much has changed since the end of the last episode. The one thing that I did realize, looking through the cards that I got, is that the Centurion Trap is actually basically generic removal, at least for a single turn. And even though the monster that we banish comes back during the standby phase of the next turn, this is still actually stronger than a lot of the things that we are currently running. So I'm actually making the decision to go ahead and put this in, and unfortunately I think it is time to start removing some of these tribute summon monsters that simply don't do enough. So we are taking out Zernatron for now. We can always change that back later. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into the duels, try to get more packs to upgrade our strategy. The start of a new season. Season 35, in fact. Now, one thing that I did quickly want to pause for is to talk about changes that I'm looking to implement to try and differentiate the series a little bit from the standard Masochist formula. I really like the idea of keeping it to the purely random packs. I don't necessarily want to change it up in the sense of going into secret packs or things that would unfairly advantage us over other Masochist series. So we're going to start out gentle, we're going to start out simple, and implement what I want to call a bounty system. So this is going to be a scenario where we're going to pick a few different decks, a few different strategies, and if we're able to beat opponents who are on these specific strategies, we are going to get an additional master pack. So to start off with our inaugural episode for the bounty system, the decks that we're going with are going to be Dark Magician and Blue Eyes White Dragon. These are decks that we're going to see somewhat regularly in the lower ranks, of course, and that we are maybe strong enough to actually overcome. So that's going to be another thing. If we see a Dark Magician player or a Blue Eyes player, we're going to try extra hard to win those duels because it's going to yield us twice the number of master packs as any other regular victory. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive on in. Okay, starting off another beautiful season with a beautiful opening hand. Our opponent is on 45 in the main deck, and let's see, 15 in the extra deck. We have a pretty solid opening lineup here, but we are just going to keep it simple. We are setting Scolding, setting our little Fiend Searcher, and passing back to the opponent. Let's see what they're on. Okay, we have the Galaxy Cyclone. Fair play to them. And End Phase. Interesting. Let's go ahead and flip this up, get our search. Taking the Ash Blossom. Fair enough. Now, in early episodes, we would just normal summon our biggest normal summon and go for it. Here, I actually have a viable synchro play, thanks to a card we got last episode. So we're going to go for the Kendama. This is slightly preferable because if this thing gets destroyed, it can actually special summon itself back. What's the effect here? Oh, okay, we can banish machine to deal 500. Why not? I think we need all the help we can get. Going to the battle phase, let's swing in for that damage. Main phase 2, we set our 2 traps. And back to the opponent. Lightning Storm. Destroying the spells and traps. I guess we might as well use Magic Drain. At a minimum, we're going to get another spell card out of the hand. And they send the Raigeki so that they can destroy the spells and traps. Interesting. And then they pass. All right, well, we don't have quite enough for gain, but we can do 4,000 damage. We'll go ahead and set the switcheroo. See if they have anything they want to do. And they scoop. 1 game, 1 win. Pretty good. Real quick, I'm just curious what we've got going on. Huh. What did they have in hand? Maybe it was just a bunch of spell cards. Yeah, there's... or Nibiru, Sphere Mode. There was so many things they could have been bricked on, I guess. Well, appreciate them donating a win. Now, in looking at that person's deck, they did have Blue Eyes White Dragon in their deck, but I wouldn't call that a Blue Eyes deck, just based on the fact that there weren't a lot of archetypal cards in it. So we didn't get any legacy packs, we just get the 1 master pack for now. Here we go. Okay, maybe some hollow cards. We could certainly use some power cards. Ooh, okay. 2 hollows. I'm going to go ahead and have it click through all 8. Please, any removal. Nessie and Crimson Dragon. Interesting. So this is actually very interesting for us because we have Blazar Dragon, and this, on the other hand, is a generic synchro. So if we can somehow... we still don't have the pieces, though, because we can't make an additional 12. Very interesting, though, that if we can somehow make our way into an additional 12, we could actually summon out that Cosmic Blazar Dragon. Won't let that overshadow Nessie. This is a crazy card. Of course, just a free 7 when it lands. But also, we are running Dogman, Danger Dogman. So even if it goes to the graveyard, that is actually going to search us the Dogman. And then finally, looks like we have a duplicate of that Fiend Searcher that we're playing. So this is interesting. This will definitely change up a couple things in the deck. Okay, let's take a look here. We have won the coin toss. The opponent has 42 in the main deck, 10 in the extra. Unfortunately, we have not opened up any monsters, and most of our spell traps rely on us having monsters, so this the Deep Grave is the only thing we can really play. I guess let's hope that we don't get absolutely blown out of the water here. Ooh, looks like we might have a Blue Eyes player. Okay, so as I stated at the start of the episode, if we can take down this Blue Eyes player, we are going to get 2 master packs. That is going to be a tall order since we have not drawn any monsters. But let's see what we can do. There it is, the Blue Eyes White Dragon. If this is the only thing they summon, I think we actually do take one of their tuners out of the graveyard. I'm not sure why they didn't attack. Okay, let's get that in defense. Okay, so they are setting a spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. Setting the ultimate fusion. So obviously we're in a bit of a rough spot here. So what we're really hoping to do is chain Switcheroo to that fusion spell to take their Blue Eyes. Now, unfortunately, if we try to do this before the fusion spell, they can chain that and stop us from taking the monster, I think. Or maybe, is it worth waiting for this to resolve? Now let's go for it. Okay, they're gonna set another spell trap. Setting the chaos form, terrifying. Okay, I get the blue eyes. Can they still make anything? No, they cannot. Okay. So they actually had Melody of Awakening Dragon. So if they had played that first, their fusion spell would have still resolved. They would have just had to use the monsters in hand. Okay, they are going to be able to make the Chaos Max. So when they attack in with Chaos Max, assuming they don't do anything else to destroy my Blue Eyes White Dragon, I'm going to be able to chain Shield Spear and World Legacy Whispers in the damage step. And they're actually going to destroy themselves, hopefully. Alright, they are using the White Stone of Ancients Engraved to add alternative back to hand. Really hoping they don't have another Blue Eyes in hand to summon that with. I guess they must. Hopefully they just don't use the effect for some reason. That's all we've got at the moment. Technically I can card Rotator to get rid of Chaos Max, but most likely whatever I summon will not be able to beat the alternative. Okay. Okay, we might be done for here. Okay, let's hope we rip something absolutely incredible here. Yeah, unfortunately that's just not gonna do it. We really needed to pull a monster off the top, so I guess better luck next time. Yeah, I don't think we can beat full power plant Link going second, unfortunately. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't see a line here that allows us to win. We are going next. Alright, well, GG's. You know, sometimes your opponents just have it. And in a Masochist series, there's really not much you can do about that. Alright, our opponent won the coin toss and has elected to make us go first. We're on 43, or sorry, our opponent is on 43 in the main deck, 5 in the extra deck. I think maybe we learned from the last duel that we actually should set a monster, just in case they go wombo combo. Maybe it at least spares our lives here, and we do have switcheroo, so there's always the chance that we could trade 1-for-1 with their monster and get something more powerful. Our opponent is setting a spell trap, setting a monster, setting an additional spell trap, and passing turn. Okay. That is somewhat interesting since they had us go first. Oh. Okay, we drew the trap card that searches the monster that we already have set on field. Okay. Flipping up the Nordic Beast. They do have something that they can chain here. I don't know if it's worth doing Math Mech to boost the attack. Let's just see if we can get in there. Okay, it is Blue Eyes. Well, game on, Blue Eyes player. Let's go ahead and set this card. During the end phase, they're going to be able to special summon that Blue Eyes. But we have Switcheroo, so we might be able to take control of it. Once again, we are doing the bounty system, and the bounty targets for this episode are Blue Eyes and Dark Magicians. So if we can beat this player, we will be opening up 2 master packs. Looks like they're setting. Okay, Maiden with Eyes of Blue. We will be taking 1400 damage here. As much as I want to get our number of monsters up to 2, it would be unwise for me to put the Whitestone of Ancients in their grave for a second time. Alright, we are going to special out Cyber Dragon. And let's do Math Mech, targeting Jet Dragon. Okay. And guess we just gotta try it. Switcheroo. They have the ultimate creature of destruction. This probably prevents Switcheroo from resolving. Okay, so we are not dead, but we are certainly not doing well. Go into battle phase. And there goes our Cyber Dragon. End phase. Question is, do I bring back... I think I will actually bring back our Tuner. At a minimum, it's going to be able to block an attack for us. Hopefully some more than that, though. Let's see if we can summon out Wind Up Knight. We could actually summon Crimson Dragon with these levels, but we're not playing it. Okay. Let's see if we can take control of the Jet Dragon. So they are responding with Majesty. So we will get the Jet Dragon, but it will not be able to attack. Let's just try to keep bodies on board for the time being. Going battle phase. Hitting over the Transverser. Probably the wrong choice there. We will go ahead and get the Transverser back. Okay, our opponent is using the Whitestone of Ancients effect, targeting the Jet Dragon. Tribute summoning the Jet Dragon. That is actually great for us. Okay. Well, time to reveal to our opponent that we play extremely bad cards like Card Rotator. Let's see if they have another trap that makes it unaffected. Looks like they do not. So let's go ahead and take out the Jet Dragon. And Sprite Elf gets in for a little bit of damage. Pass back to them. We haven't seen many plays from the hand the last turn or two, so I'm really hoping that they are just bricked on a bunch of unusable giant dragons. Oh my. Rage with Eyes of Blue in the main phase. Well, unfortunately, the way this lines up, this is enough to kill us. And the white lightning attack. Sad. Let's go next. Okay, our opponent has won the coin toss, but decided to let us go first. We are going to set some cards and pass. Now, fortunately, we have our trusty old friend, the Switcheroo. But we also have with it a trap monster, meaning that if we time it right, we could take 2 monsters. Or none at all, because they opened the Lightning Storm. Alright, let's get the Sharvara. Setting and setting. What? Okay. This is an interesting thing that I've seen a lot with the lower ranks. They will Lightning Storm, but then not have any actual plays to make. Okay, let's flip up. You know, this could be another Blue Eyes player. This could be another crack at the bounty. Let's see what it is. It is a set Ash Blossom. And they are in damage step, pitching a Regulus and another Ash Blossom. To keep the Ash on field, sure. If it means that much to you. Unfortunately, while we control the Sharvara, we are locked into Fiends, so for now we are passing it back. Hopefully they don't have Ethereon in hand for this Regulus. And again, going end phase. So they've wasted a Lightning Storm and a Droplet plus the 2 costs for Droplet simply to stay alive maybe 1 turn longer. Interesting choice. Okay, I actually want to keep my DD Warrior now that I know that it's not a White Stone of Ancients, because that can serve as pretty effective removal in certain situations. We'll set the trap just in case we can waste another spell card of theirs, but as per usual, we've already drawn the monster that trap would search. Okay, setting. Ooh, Foxy Tune. I would very much love to use the effect, but of course we are still under Sharvara. So let's actually tribute summon over the Sharvara to get our Cyber Dragon. Now, if we go into Vermilion, that is still not quite enough damage. That would be 29 plus 12, so 41. I say we just head over that thing with the Cyber Dragon for now. An Ancient Gear card, okay. I think we go Shinobi here. We're going to have the discard for Foxy Tune next turn, so we already have the damage to clear. So I'm going to try to force them to attack into the DD Warrior if they want to try to do anything. And they scoop. Shinobi plus DD Warrior, an absolutely unbeatable combo. Alright, let's go get our packs. Alright, starting off with our 1 Legacy pack from that duel. 2 more cards. Any removal, please. Bone Temple block. No, not good enough. Power Supplier. Yeah, also not good enough. Okay. And the master pack. You know, at this point, I'll also take more dangers. Really, we've still got a lot of interesting mini suit. Oh, hold on. 2 ultra rares. Okay, we'll do this one by one. A second clavicus. The curse of the duplicates continues. I mean, that's interesting if we get into Magic Key, I guess. Worm Apocalypse. Guard Dragon Pisty. Interesting if we get into like a Dragon Link thing. Phantasm Spiral Power. If we ever get Pacifist, keep an eye on that. Yeah, that's unfortunately not good enough. Carbonetin. Let's see. Maybe an interesting card if we get like a Dragon Shrine that can send it to the graveyard. Anyway, let's go to the main event. What are the ultra rares? Altergeist Memory Gant. Okay, we can't make that. Oh, no way. An SP Little Knight. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, our win rate just jumped up. You know, I'm going to say like 10-20%. We don't have a ton of crazy pools, but what we do have are a bunch of generic links. So if we can go into our generic links and then go into this and get the banish, oh my gosh, this solos a lot of decks just by itself. Oh my god. Okay, let's go add that in. Okay. I feel like this deserved a quick pause just to look at how the deck has changed. You know, a couple little changes. We actually did put in the second clavicus, taking out one of the 1800 beaters just for the stat lines. But of course, the main event here is SP Little Knight. And what I didn't appreciate when I was, you know, in the pack opening screen is SP plus Sprite Elf is also just a busted combination of cards. Because even if they out our SP Little Knight, if we can later on get into Sprite Elf, that itself is going to bring back Little Knight and we can just continue terrorizing them. Anyway, this is such an insane upgrade for the deck. Super excited to go test this out. Let's go. Ariel. Okay, it's Crooked Cook. So they are unaffected by card effects. So this must be an Exodia stall list. Yeah, that's it. Well, suddenly it's looking very terrible. 60 cards, and they have the Duster. And it's Infernoid. Setting the original Sinful Spoils. Not really worried about the Bamboo Swords, but I can't beat Snake Eyes. I think I am actually going to pop the Eaglin. And that way, if they don't have an additional Tiny Bird, the turn is over. Because other than that, we can't beat this deck. Okay. They had the quick play in hand. Fair enough. That is it. Okay, our opponent is on 49 cards, 5 in the extra. We have a pretty good trap lineup. Yeah, let's pass it back to them. If we end their turn with more than 3,000 life points, we have a big body that we can put in with the Ascendant of Thunder and the Axe of Despair. We just have to try and make it that far. Alright, Cyber Dragon coming down. What else do we have? You know what? I think we pop this so that they can't add the power bond. It doesn't really matter what we send. Let's send the big guy just to scare them. Setting. Setting again. Battle phase. Okay. We will hold off on the deep grave. We may need that card later. Let's go ahead and pay 3,000. Get our big boy on the field. See if they have anything in response. Imperm. Okay. Kind of a waste of an imperm. Let's go ahead and try to hit over the Cyber Dragon. Cybernetic Revolution. They're gonna special summon Fusion Monster, but it's gonna be destroyed during the end phase of the next turn. Okay. So they have the Cyber End Dragon. It can inflict piercing. That's fine. Let's set the Machine King. Luckily for us, if our Ascendant of Thunder leaves the field due to an opponent's card, we're going to gain 5,000 life points. So minimally, it's going to be difficult for them to try and kill us. Monster Reborn. What are we targeting? Cyber Dragon, sure. Going battle phase. I am going to try to negate this attack with the Speedroid. Looks like that worked. Do they have any other plays for us? No. And the Cyber... Does this properly summon it? No, it's special summons. I will go ahead and bring out the Machine King. I'm mostly still playing Machine King because I have the Tiki card, but I never see those cards together. And from here, I guess we just get in as much damage as we can. Okay, they are adding an additional Cyber Dragon. They don't have... Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing any cards that add back their Cyber Dragon from the graveyard. So I think once again we are holding on this deep grave. So they're gonna get the free Cyber Dragon. That's fine. Zwei. Okay. Going battle phase to attack over the Machine King, I guess. I am not going to activate that. I want to keep my big dude on the field. Okay, from here, we are going to grab their Cyber Dragon. Just try to keep the pressure up, essentially. And we're gonna go ahead and hit in. Oh, but that was enough for them. That is all they needed to see. They are going to surrender. All right, well, let's go ahead and open up our packs, courtesy of our Cyber Dragon friend. Starting off with 3 legacy packs. Ooh, an ultra rare. So that could be really good, or it could be really whack, because it is the legacy pack. Radiant Spirit. No, that's terrible. What's this? Card Destruction. Wow. That's actually pretty crazy. Trying to think if there's any way we can really benefit from that yet. None of those cards are good. I'm a little fixated on the card destruction. We have some dangers, but... Wow, another ultra rare? And damage condenser is not bad. We have a lot of low attack monsters. I'm not a huge fan of battle traps because they have to survive until the battle phase, but this is maybe good enough to play. What's this ultra rare? You're finished. I mean, as far as ultra rares in the legacy pack goes, this is not a terrible one. Wow, card destruction. I'm gonna have to look through the collection, see if there's anything else other than the dangers that benefit from that. Okay, so let's look at the Master Pack. Looks like probably no hollows here, but we really can't... Hold on. Just kidding. Okay, one at a time. Another duplicate card with that Mech Lord. A Valkyrie card. Kyoto Waterfront. Don't have any kaijus yet, but I'm certainly going to keep an eye on that for later. Twilight Sworn. Miracle Synchro Fusion. Don't think we can use that. A Morphage Envy. Okay. Infernoble Arms Joyeuse. Don't think we can use that. Okay, anyway. The main event. What is this ultra rare? Visas Amritara. A generic 8. Well, hold on. Not generic. We need a light monster. My apologies. I don't know if this goes in yet. We don't have a level 8 to summon yet, but I don't think we have a way of making this monster. Still some crazy cards. Card Destruction, Kaiju Field Spell. Honestly, not terrible. Alright, let's see what we've got going on here. I think our best bet for survival is the Speedroid card to negate an attack. Looks like our opponent is on 40 in the main, 15 in the extra. We just simply didn't draw any good spell traps. Let's hope for the best. Okay. And if my Hiragana has not completely failed me, the Duolingo, we will pass it back to Aki. Okay, clearly I need to open up Duolingo again. And they scoop. And with that, we rank up into Silver Tier 3. And we get 2 Legacy Packs. Real quick, let's check what our opponent was on, because if they were on Dark Magician or Blue Eyes White Dragon, they are in our bounty system for the week. Let's see. No, they were on Numeron. Okay, fair enough. A bricked up Numeron player. Let's go get our packs. Alright, starting off with our 2 Legacy Packs. Normally I don't think much of these, but the last one had Card Destruction and You're Finished, so clearly they are worthwhile some of the time. Zero Force. Activate only when a face-up monster you control is removed from play. The attack of all face-up monsters on the field becomes 0. Probably not good enough unless we can trigger the banishment ourselves. The only reason I would consider this is because it looks like the attack change is permanent. It does not say until the end of the turn. Still probably not good enough right now. Dragonic attack. No, not good enough. Samsara. Okay, that doesn't really do anything for us. Shogi Lance. Okay. Alright, fair enough. Let's go over to the Master Pack. Come on, let's see something good. Even the low rarity cards could be crazy for us. Very funny. We beat a bricked up Numeron player and we get a Numeron gate. Solitary Sword of Poison. Wasn't this one of the Cimo Masochist cards? Wow, this is actually pretty good for us. We often only have one monster. I think that might be going into the deck. Okay, Agent Jupiter, Plunder Patrol, Volcanic Hammerer, Malefic Paradox Gear, Rank Up Magic, Numeron Force. Okay, well, I think the Solitary Sword of Poison is actually going in. That is technically removal. We go next. You know, I'm just leaving it there. We can't do anything. Yeah, it's not happening. Well, I don't know what this deck does, but I know that it looks like it's popping off. We go next. Okay, we have won the coin toss. Our opponent's on 47 cards, 5 in the extra. Nothing chainable in the draw phase. Looking good so far. They've got the Blue Eyes mate, so maybe we can cash in on the bounty system if this is a Blue Eyes player, and we can actually beat them. Pretty tall ask. Let's see what we can do. That one's at 2. Normal summon Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. Sure. Fusion summon an Ancient Gear monster. Using all 3 in hand to make Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. Are they going battle phase? Perfect. At the start step of battle phase, sir. Have a nightmare wheel. Take 5. Okay, the 2 set cards are pretty worrisome. Let's bring out the Machine King. Okay, Deep Grave is an excellent rip off the top, especially if they get this thing off the field, then we can actually take it for ourselves. Alright, so we have a few options here. We either Synchro Summon into Meteor Burst just to do as much damage as possible, or we play Hide and Seek with Shinobi again, which is a very tempting option. I am going to go ahead and Synchro Summon. Not sure what they have in the back row. Let's try to hit over the Hunting Hound. Do they have any traps? Not battle traps. Okay. Let's set the Deep Grave and pass it back. You know, if they've got a quick play, like they set an MST for some reason, then we are screwed. Although we do have our attack negate in the graveyard, which is really nice. There's not really anything... Like, we can't special summon back the Ancient Gear Golem with the Deep Grave. Oh. Okay. They get to set a spell card from the deck. But they can't activate it this turn. What was that? Ancient Gear Workshop. Okay, so they'll be able to add from the graveyard. Okay, let's get our 500 damage. Do we have removal for this? I guess Lizard Dose would do it. You know, it's just crazy enough to work. I have no idea what that thing is. Could be an imperm. We're just gonna have to hope for the best here. They're having themselves a little read. Spanish. Bring this thing's attack down. Is this an imperm? It resolves. They go down to 300 attack. Battle phase. Can we kill the ultimate ancient gear golem? We can. Oh no, ancient gear reborn. Why? Interesting. Okay, so we don't attack into that. Let's see. We know that they can add back from the grave. Maybe it is time to unveil our boss monster. SP Little Knight. Banishing the Ancient Gear Knight. And then we will go ahead and I'm gonna grab the box because that gets them a search, I believe. So we just have to hope that they whiff whatever that draw was. Oh no. During your next standby phase. Okay, well they're going for the fusion once per turn. Okay, this is gonna be bad. I thought this was like a Call of the Haunted. Okay, we are going to go ahead and Little Knight. We just have to hope that they don't have the material for a fusion summon. So they can do that, they can inflict damage. Oh, and the other card. Our opponents have had such insane top decks. There's the howitzer. It can inflict 1,000 and then hit us for 1,000. Okay. Scalding is nice. Let's see. We have our Ancient Gearbox. We can go into Elf. Elf, bring back the Little Knight. Let's do Foxy Tune. Bring out the Deer Note. With deer notes, we can make elf. Deer note effect. Bring back the Foxy too. Elf effect. Bring back Little Knight. This is crazy. Compared to the plays we were making week 1, this is absolutely busted. If we get rid of the howitzer, do we got 1,000. So let's see. Let's gain some life points. So this would be 400, 2,000. I think we just keep them offline. We don't want them to be able to use the Ancient Gear Reborn. Now, unfortunately, they're going to be able to inflict damage to us, and if this card is destroyed by battle, it's going to be able to bring out a huge dude. So I imagine that's what they're going to go for. What level 2s do we have in the graveyard? Oh, the Lizardos. That might be the way that we out whatever they bring out. We just have to hope that we can survive the battle phase. Yep. As predicted, they crash in. What are they summoning? The Ancient Gear Golem. Attacking the Little Knight. Whatever. We can actually just bring Little Knight back. Okay, let's see if we can bring down the Ancient Gear Golem. Looks like it resolves. Sprite Elf. Bring back the Little Knight. Whatever that back row is, they're able to chain it. They are getting rid of that. I imagine so that they can use the Ancient Gear Reborn. Bringing back the howitzer. But my friend, that is too little, too late. We can hit over that. Gain the life points. Ancient Gear Dragon. Okay. DD Warrior, do your thing. Sprite Elf in, and Little Knight. For Little Knight for the victory. Oh my gosh. What a duel. Alright, we get 2 legacy packs. And apparently it is time to update. Okay, so coming in here at the end of the episode, we have 2 legacy packs to open and 1 master pack, of course. We didn't ever get to make use of our bounty system. We weren't able to take down any of the Blue Eyes players that we saw. We didn't really even encounter a Dark Magician player, but I am looking forward to that for future episodes. Anyway, let's go ahead open up our final few packs here and call it a day. 4 more cards. Really hoping, as always, for any removal. That is not it, and that is not it. It is a Fiend. We have the Meta Bat, another Fiend, and a level 2. Testudo Erot Newman. So, does Floodgate. Neither player can special summon monsters with 1800 or more attack. Not something we can really take advantage of, although we do have the Ice Shade Tremora that could special summon this, but it's just not a good enough strategy. This is a level 2. A level 2 Fiend. So that is oddly synergistic with our deck, but I think even then, it is not a strong enough card to use. Alright, anyway. One final Master Pack for the episode. What do we get? And we are rewarded for taking down the Ancient Gear Menace. Okay, let's go one by one. Sun Avalon, Barbaroid, Salamangreat, Trap, Wall of Disruption. This is actually, it's the Duel Links staple, but this is good enough to play. This is enough to really put a dent in, battle-oriented strategies. Statue of Anguish pattern is crazy. We are already playing trap monsters. This is removal. It requires us to open this and another trap monster. We'll at least test it out. I don't know how often we're going to be able to get the effect, but that is pretty strong if we keep getting the trap monster cards. Harpy's Pet Dragon, half unbreak. Target one monster on the field. This turn, that monster cannot be destroyed by battle. Also, any battle damage you take from attacks involving that monster is halved. That's interesting. That's almost good enough to play. I would have to think about that. Anyway, let's see what our ultra rare is. Decode Talker Heat Soul. With our Math Mac that we've been using in the main deck, we haven't really had a low level link to go into. This actually gives us something to do. It helps us to draw cards. This is actually pretty strong. This is pretty strong. Wow, the pulls this episode have been crazy. Card destruction, Little Knight, I don't know, others that are just, not nearly as good, but like Heat Soul and Little Knight is crazy. The generic link packages that we have is actually really popping off. Okay, well, that's a great way to end the episode. Thank you so much for sticking with me here, and I will see you next time.